Alright, everybody. I'm doing this real late, but I wanted y'all to check this out with me, covering Florida lottery. Have you ever won? Shit, me neither. So, title is Lando Lakes Man Claims 235 million Powerball jackpot. The youngest winner in Florida history. I'm 28. We're gonna see how old he is. Me and my chances, I still got some. Let's get into it.
20.
With Fundrise, you can invest here, from
After this
there,
brief message.
or there, from here.
A 23-year-old from Pasco County, the youngest person now in Florida history to win the Powerball jackpot. Lucky guy. Good evening. I'm Stacy Scheibel.
And I'm Keith Kate. Thank you for joining us. Thomas Yee is his name, from Land O'Lakes. He finally cashed in his winning ticket to last month's whopping $235 million jackpot.
Not too shabby. 8 on your sides. Justin Shecker joins us live from Land O'Lakes with that young man's reaction to the massive prize. Justin.
Keith and Stacy, good evening. Talk about a life-changing jackpot at just 23 years old. Thomas Yee told the Florida Lottery, despite taking home the one-time lump sum payment of more than $160 million, he still plans to pursue higher education. Turns out the luckiest man in Tampa Bay right now lives in Land O'Lakes.
23 years old.
Right? Lucky man, yes.
Neighbors are stunned to learn that 23-year-old Thomas Yee purchased the winning Powerball ticket at this Publix in Lutz.
23 years old. I hope he invests well.
Right.
Don't run through the money.
Yee told the Florida Lottery, even after matching all 6 numbers, I was in disbelief and took my ticket to a retailer to have it checked. The clerk at the counter instantly became excited and kept repeating that I had won the $235 million Powerball jackpot. I knew then that this would be life-changing. After the late March drawing, a Pinellas County attorney who has advised large lottery winners shared this advice with 8 on your side.
Line up your team, because you're going to need wealth management, you're going to need a tax lawyer, and you're going to need a CPA. Those are the long-term people.
There's still time to test your luck and buy a ticket for the next Powerball drawing this Saturday night.
I've never played. No, I have not. And it wouldn't change my mind. No, I don't gamble. So
yeah, I'm not
I
really.
wouldn't do it. But, congratulations
Dollar
to
scratch
him and
offs.
his family.
That's what I can usually get. I won me $5 before, and then I lost $2 right after.
A much more modest $79 million. Nobody answered the door. We went by Yee's home this afternoon. Neighbors told me he still lives with his parents, but Stacy, my best guess is that's probably going to be changing sometime soon.
I was thinking he might be out on
Get
his
that
yacht.
mortgage.
I don't know. What would you do with all that money?
Buy your parents a
figure
new
it out, couldn't
home,
we? Thanks,
pay
Justin.
off their mortgage, get yourself established, my dude. 23 years old. That's really young, man. I hope he makes the right decisions. Moving on. Florida Lotto murder trial. Now this is when always winning, and sometimes you might just lose.
When a Florida man won a multi-million-dollar lottery jackpot, he probably didn't realize he may well have been setting off a bizarre chain of events that would end with his murder. Here's ABC's Lindsay Davis for our series, Crime and Punishment.
How much money would you?
Abraham Shakespeare probably thought he was the luckiest man in the world when he won $30 million in the Florida lottery in November of 2006. But his luck would change in a horrific way. And now this woman, Doris Dee Dee Moore, is on trial for his murder. Moore sobbed in court today after jurors listened to audio recordings of her allegedly agreeing to a scheme in which another man would take the blame for Shakespeare's death. It was the latest bombshell in this scandalous trial.
There was a person he knew who was willing to take the rap for his disappearance for what I think we will, what reports say is about $50,000.
Shakespeare went from washing dishes and working garbage trucks in Lakeland, Florida, a suburb of Tampa, to what he thought was the good life. But that quick pick ticket quickly turned his life upside down.
I really would like my old life back where I could walk the streets like a normal person.
He spent most of the money paying off mortgages for family, friends, and some complete strangers. Many new friends came into Shakespeare's life, including Moore, who offered to help manage his money. In this home video, you can hear her asking him about his situation.
Do you get tired of people asking you for money all the time, Abe?
They don't take no for an ounce or so.
3 years later, the money had all but disappeared. And then Shakespeare did too. He was last seen in April of 2009, but wasn't reported missing until November, when Nightline spoke to the sheriff investigating the case.
Where is Abraham Shakespeare?
We have no idea where Abraham Shakespeare is.
On January 28, 2010, police found Shakespeare's body underneath a concrete slab, buried in the backyard of Dee Dee Moore.
But you know I'm not the one that shot him. I wouldn't hurt.
Then who did, Dee Dee? Tell us.
Moore's maintained all along she's innocent, but the 40-year-old is now charged with first-degree murder, facing a mandatory sentence of life in prison. Prosecutors paint a picture of Moore as a conniving manipulator, intent on taking Shakespeare's cash. First, she allegedly tried to convince Shakespeare's mother, Elizabeth Walker, that her son was still alive, just missing, orchestrating a phone call with someone claiming to be her son.
He said, "It's Abraham." And I said, "Well, you don't sound like Abraham."
Then her ex-husband James testified that he dug a hole with a backhoe and then covered it up at his former wife's request.
Pay attention to what was in the hole before you filled it?
No, sir.
But the prosecution's star witness is Greg Smith, a mutual friend of Moore and Shakespeare's turned police informant. In secretly taped conversations, Moore is heard spinning an elaborate web of lies. Yesterday, Smith described the pains Moore allegedly took to write a forged letter to Shakespeare's mother as though it were from her son, who happened to be illiterate. The letter starts out with, "I am gone and don't have to come back."
Don't worry about Dee. If she goes to jail, she will be okay. The charges won't stick.
Today, the tape where she allegedly agreed to the scheme where another man would take the blame.
He could cop a deal.
Even if he cop a deal, it's going to be on him.
And perhaps the most incriminating exchange, Smith testified she drew pictures for him of how to find Shakespeare's body, telling him to get rid of it and burn it.
She wanted me to burn the body, so I had to give her, during that time, a list also of kerosene and a water trough, such as you would give cattle water in, for me to be able to burn the body.
Yet another courtroom shocker, Detective David Clark testified Moore got so desperate after he caught her in another lie that she offered to have sex with him.
She told me that she could get a free room at the Hard Rock Casino and her perform sexual acts on me.
In one of the secretly recorded conversations with Smith, Moore told him,
"I've never been through nothing like this in my life.
It's time to get ready."
She went on to say they'd have to write a book about their experience when they turned 80 years old. If the prosecution prevails, she may be writing it from jail. I'm Lindsay Davis for Nightline in New York.
Not the tears. Man, that's horrible. $30 million. Dude worked all his life, didn't have a proper education. People took advantage of him, and then when he ran out of money, they killed him. That's sad. By all means, that's sad. So, I appreciate y'all for coming with me on this day, a little last minute journey. But I was just thinking, like, yo, like, my luck could change at any moment. I don't know if I win, though, what I do with it. Sight, I don't know. $1 Million Dreams, boy. Hey, check me out, though, Daydream Apparel. If y'all already know, I'm about to work on this website and get back to it. Having a new launch this summer, so stay tuned. And see you when I see you. Peace.